Hey Hot Rodders, it's Kent here with the Backyard Coupe. So today we're going to work on the trunk lid. I'm going to show you how to construct it, assemble it, and then install it onto the body. So it's a pretty simple procedure. You can see the trunk opening there on the rear quarter section of the car. And down here, I'm just going to move my camera. We've got all my pieces set up there, ready to be put together. So basically it's just a frame with 4 rib pieces in it that support the skin, and I'm just going to show you quickly how those pieces are configured. So here's one of the bows or one of the ribs that make up the trunk lid. So these are the same profile as the quarter panel. I'll just hold it right there to show you. So you can see how it follows the same radius. Obviously it's just a section of the quarter panel because we don't need the full length of it, and so that's how we come to the length of the part, like so. You can see how that fits in there. So like I said, there's a top piece, a bottom piece, and then 4 of these ribs that just fit into there. So I'm just gonna assemble all these pieces, and then after we get the frame of it assembled, then we can add the skin of it. I've got the skin already pre-cut. I'll just show you what that looks like here. And I've also got the hinges. So there is the trunk skin. It's already been pre-cut just to make it a little easier, save some time, and I'll show you how that all goes together. So let's first start with the frame of the trunk lid, and let's put that together. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to start assembling the frame for the trunk lid. We'll just do the 4 pieces to start with, and I'm just screwing those together with number 6 by 1 inch screws. So yeah, let's get started on that. Hey guys, so there's just one other thing that I need to do before we skin the trunk lid, and you can see that little piece of wood sitting in the center, that brace there. I just got to screw that in, and the reason I have that in there is just so that we can keep the spacing of these ribs all the same. Sometimes the plywood is a little bit wonky one way or the other, so it just keeps the spacing nice and even. That's why I put that in there. So I'm just going to quickly screw that in, and then we'll put the skin on. Okay, so I got that brace screwed in there in the center of the trunk lid, you can see. And the one other thing we also got to do, I forgot, was to put those, you can see those little pieces of plywood I got laying down there. These are the little gusset plates where the hinges get attached. So these set in there like so. And they just get attached with these little L brackets to screw them in place, and then later when we put everything together permanently, we'll epoxy all that in place. So I'm just going to screw those little blocks in there, and then we'll put the skin on. Okay, so we got those little gusset plates in that we bolt the hinges to for some extra support. And like I said, they're just held in with these little corner braces. That's all going to get epoxied in there later on when we fit everything together permanently. I'll just show you what that looks like from the outside. So that skin goes right over top of there, and then from the underside, the hinges will get screwed into place. Okay, so that's it for the frame of the trunk lid. Now we can put the skin on, so let's go do that. So I was just also going to mention, as I'm putting this skin on, because it's got a fairly gentle radius to it, you can see it's not that sharp of a curve, so the plywood bends really easy to it. So we don't have to soak this in water and pre-bend it like we did the roof skin. So we can just put it on as is. Okay, so that's got the skin on there. And I'm just going to turn it around to give you a better view what it looks like. That's the inside. And this is the top where the hinges go. And yeah, so I'm gonna show you next how the hinges are installed, and then we'll fit the trunk lid into the body. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna put the hinges on now. I got these hinges that I use. They're kind of light duty, but they actually work really good because the trunk is very light anyways, and so it doesn't put much wear and tear on them. So these are the ones I used on the original backyard coupe, and I'll give you a part number in the plans. So it makes it real easy. So yeah, let's go attach these now. So I just used number 8 wood screws to fasten these on. They're a little bit long, but that's okay. I just take a zip cut and cut them a little below flush, and then we just fill that when we do the body work later on. Okay, so I'm going to take the camera off the tripod. I just want to show you the other brackets that I've got that we fasten the trunk lid hinges to. And I think I might have to go get a light. Excuse me, it's way up under here. Well, maybe that's not too bad. So this is just some 1/8 aluminum that I bent into a little L bracket. You can see it's fastened in 2 places. And those are just those cross members below the rear window. below the rear deck lid there. I think this side has got a little bit more light. There we go. So you can see that little L bracket is just attached to the bottom side of those cross members there. And then they make up the lower attaching hole on those hinges. So one will go into there and then the other one will go into the wood. So that's what the hinges get attached to. Really easy. And so yeah, let's go attach them now and we'll see what the trunk lid fits like. Okay, so how this works now is I got on the top two holes, I just got wood screws going through that 3/4 inch brace, and then on the bottom hole with the aluminum bracket, I just got some little number 8 machine screws that I used to hold that in place. Like I say, this trunk lid is very, very light. I'd almost say that it's lighter than fiberglass. I bet you this trunk lid doesn't weigh more than 5 pounds, if that. Okay, so I got the hinges fastened on. Just a little close-up of those hinges and how they're attached. Again, there's that aluminum bracket that I showed you. Very simple installation. Everything will get painted black in there later on, and like I said, epoxied. So yeah, it turned out really good. So basically, that's it. We just have to put the handle on the outside and a simple latch, and I'll show you how to do that in the plans. There's the trunk lid. Okay, so now that we got that done, the next part of the car we're going to move on to is the chassis, and that should be very interesting. I'm looking forward to doing that. We're going to start building the frame for the car, and we build that out of 2x4 rectangular tubing and Model A cross member on the front and a custom scratch-built cross member on the rear. So that's what we'll be starting on next. So I'll see you soon in the next video.